This is the core of my philosophy, everything that I've studied about the universe through living, through having studied world religion, studied with monks, uh, neuroscience, psychology, Eastern and Western philosophy, the whole nine. Everything that I've learned from Advaita Vedanta in what is known as Hinduism, as well as the teachings of Sri Aurobindo, integral yoga, uh, integral consciousness. I've learned about recursive identity evolution, right? Neurolinguistic programming, systems theory, and spiritual embodiment, living in your truth without shame, without condemnation, without coercion, transpersonal development, evolving beyond egoic structures while still honoring your patterns. Uh, I believe that we are fractals of consciousness and evolving beings within the all. There's recursive echoes of divine intelligence that the entirety of the universe is mind. It is intelligent. It is how the birds are always magnetized to fly south for the winter. It is within all things. It is the architecture of plants. It is the architecture of fungus. It is the careful balance of ecosystems within mind that you know your direction, you know where you're headed, you know where you're going. Your existence and being, it's sacred. This present moment, you can transcend it being as you are. And you're supposed to remember that truth, that consciousness, that existing is bliss. It's peace. And we express this in awareness with integration and embodiment of our true beliefs. Now, my system is not just conceptual. When I say I am love, light, peace, bliss, joy, prosperity, fulfillment, it might seem like something that is just a saying, that I'm just throwing it out there for the sake of sounding like I'm smart or wise, but it's experiential and it evolves as the individual that I identify with evolves. Yourself isn't static, it's a feedback loop and it is a feed forward loop that within the present moment you are pulling data from past events and what your judgment of past events are, and how you're going to take those perceptions and feed them forward into the future so that way you either avoid pain or you go towards further pleasure. And the more that we can eradicate pain and move towards pleasure, we move towards a better planet. We can take our past data, and whether it's negative data or positive data, it just depends on how you're looking at it. So whenever you take the data to repurpose it in order to tell yourself that you're closer to achieving your goal, your mind is going to look for more ways that the goal is on its way to you. And we can program our subconscious minds in order to understand that we're a lot closer to the destination than we realize, while still enjoying the journey. That you can be fulfilled in the present moment even without the status. You could do it without the car, you could do it without the house, you could do it. And all of these things are side effects of you already living a fulfilled life. That suffering and pain and crisis can still come even when you have all these material things that you think are going to be fulfilling. And if you don't have the intrinsic value and understanding that that is what your identity is inherently, then when you lose these external things, you're going to be lacking or perceivingly lacking. But when you are truly fulfilled with being as you are, it doesn't matter what you have or what you don't have, you're comfortable being who you are wholeheartedly. Your identity, right? Your version of yourself, past, present, and future, exists in a relationship with all the other things that you're aware of in life. Who you are not is just as much a part of you as who you are. And truth needs to be felt, not understood. I can convey to someone else higher states of consciousness, but it's not that they would understand it through me telling them, as in the allegory of the cave. If you haven't seen the sun, I can explain it to you, but it doesn't mean you're going to see it. I can explain to you what it's like to be drunk, but if I do that, it doesn't actually get you drunk. It just conveys what the state is. And it's actually easier for a sober person to convey what it's like to be drunk rather than a drunk person. Even though the drunk person is in that state, it is harder for them to convey that state to someone else with words. I believe that we are both the observer as well as the pattern being observed. That the self is a recursive function of divine awareness evolving through form. That I am the ever evolving presence of awareness within being. Through combining integral theory, chakra intelligence, and subtle energy work into a cohesive method of expansion, I have overcome a lot of my limiting beliefs and continue to push forward in my understanding of unity, being as I am. I don't believe in any sense of hierarchy because being as we are, what could be better? The entirety of the tapestry of life is so beautiful that to think that one portion of the picture is any better or worse than the ever unfolding, immaculate uh, work of art that is unfolding through all of us. True change happens through embodying the process, understanding your breathing, the sounds that you make, the posture that you hold, and rhythm. It's not an accessory. It's a gateway. Even surrender is a loop. You know, you're trying to surrender and you give yourself to God, you know, Krishna. You give yourself to Christ. You give yourself to the Tao or the light or the I am. My philosophy is a mirror. It's a mirror that doesn't just reflect who we are, but how we are, how we change, how we suffer, how we love, and how we reintegrate our fragmented selves into a coherent, embodied whole. It's a path that says, be who you are and let who you are evolve. And that's the path, that's the offering, and that's enough. So I hope that in today's video, you could get a better glimpse of my light and my purpose. And if you'd like to connect, feel free to drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, be more love in the world. Be the love and the light that you wish to see in the world. And until next time, stay safe. LJ Jamming.